God, it is quite aggressive. How's it going, everyone? Today we've got a
Range Rover Vogue SE 4.4 TDI.
So yeah, let's get into it. So what are the specs of the car?
334 brake horsepower, and it has 700 newton meters of torque, 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. She weighs 2.5 ton, and she can pull 3.5 ton.
And what is the gearbox in it?
It's the I think it's still a ZF, but it's a 8-speed.
Okay, yes.
Flappy paddle.
Yeah. And is it four-wheel drive?
Oh, of course, permanent.
Permanent four-wheel drive.
Which the new one isn't.
Oh, interesting.
It's all-wheel drive. This is four-wheel drive.
Proper, yeah.
You know, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. You know, I call this a four-wheel drive because it's permanent. Mm-hmm. The one after it's an all-wheel drive because it's not permanent. But you know, they say it's just as good. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. But
I know the Freelanders. They are all-wheel drive, but obviously they pick and choose.
Well, the Freelanders.
Yeah.
The original Freelander I wasn't at all impressed with, though I think they've got them sorted now.
In the two.
Yeah.
The two's better here.
Yeah.
So have you had any issues with the ownership?
The only issue is when I actually bought it, the infotainment system was flashing, and at night it's hazardous, so it took them 5 goes to fix it, which was rather embarrassing, and they ended up having to contact Land Rover, and they told them what I had told them in the first place. They needed to replace the unit and stop flashing it. They were just taking it up for 2 weeks and flashing it, and I could have done that myself. And also the one major problem recently I've had with it is the active anti-roll bar in the rear. The pipe to it burst.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 17 weeks off the road waiting on the part.
You're joking?
I'm serious. Ridiculous. You can't get parts for cars, and it's not just Jaguar Land Rover. They're all the same. Mm-hmm. They're just not carrying parts anymore. It's as though they don't care about the customer. But
it's funny like that. Yeah. Would this be a car you think about keeping for a good while?
Oh yeah. Well, we've had it since 2017.
Okay, yeah.
So, you know, we've had it 8 years. No, we've had this one 7 years. We've had the Jag 8 years.
And no plans to get rid of it?
No. She won't let me.
She likes the side steps on it?
Oh, it's not just the side step. She likes the driving position. She likes the... You know, if somebody... She's been tail-ended a number of times. If somebody tail-ends you in this, it's going to hurt.
Oh, yeah, no, I could imagine.
You see, that deployable tow bar is held in a lump of RSJ across between the 2 back chassis legs. So you go into the back of this, there's a plastic bumper, yes, but behind that you're into very solid metalwork.
Oh no, it's just awful. Have you made any modifications to the vehicle?
The standard options are all there from a Vogue SE, but she has 22-inch rims which came on her, and she has a deployable tow bar. But the only thing I added before I picked her up was I got the dealer to fit deployable side steps.
Oh, I see. Very nice.
Because my wife's 5 foot nothing on his MS.
Yeah. I see that's a very useful option to have. Yeah. How is it like for getting it on the road and
what to drive?
Yeah.
You can see all 4 corners. It's dead on.
Fair enough.
You know, it is an awful lot easier to drive than you think. My wife can drive this. She doesn't like driving the Calibre because she can't see the nose.
Oh, well, you know, I get that.
Whereas you can see the 4 corners in this, and you've got a reversing camera, and you've got all the toys, you know.
But it doesn't feel intimidating to drive.
No, it's not. No, it's perfectly placeable, you know. Mm-hmm. And it does, you know, go round corners quite well, you know, because with the active suspension. But that's standard in the V8. You see, it's an option in the V6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was another reason I went for the V8 when I seen it.
What is the Land Rover like to drive?
It's incredibly smooth. It's not as quiet as my previous one because of the 22-inch rims. The tyres make more noise, and those are the standard spec tyres that came on her. They're actually mud and snow, so they're an all-weather tyre, which the point of having a Land Rover is you can drive it in bad conditions.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have the central armrests which fold down from the seating.
Oh, very nice.
And as soon as we hit the dual carriageway, we fold those down and waft. We call it wafting.
Oh yes.
You know, and she just rattles along.
Yeah.
She obviously has intelligent cruise control, so she will in stop-start traffic, she'll actually do it all on cruise control. You don't have to touch anything.
Oh, that's very good to have, yeah.
And she has automatic parallel park.
For a 2014?
Uh-huh.
That's very ahead of its time.
Press the right button, put your indicator on, it senses the space and puts her into it. All you have to do is use the pedals. Keep your hand off the steering wheel or you break your wrist.
Yeah.
But it's, it's okay.
And what's the performance like?
Not the 60 and 6.5. It's quick enough. You know, it's 2.5 ton. You know, it's a barge, but you know, it's quick enough.
An immense amount of torque.
Yeah, 700 newton meters.
That's insane.
But that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Like, she has all the Land Rover stuff you expect, and we never take her out of automatic. You know, she just senses what the traction conditions are, and she automatically sets everything forward. You know, so. No,
definitely a very smart system they have for that gearbox.
Yeah, they're very, very good off road. You know, but not that this has been off road much, but still, you know. I used to have a wee rally car, and I used it for towing the car trailer, and you wouldn't have known it was there. You know,
have you taken this off-road?
A bit, you know, but...
From your experience, is it good?
Oh, yeah. The worst I ever did was I pulled a bus, a large minibus, you would call it. Oh. Like it was like a 30-seater or something, up the hill to where my mechanic is. And the engine had calved on it. And I pulled it up the hill. It was blocking the hill, and I pulled it up the hill, and there's no bother to it. It didn't even have to go in. It didn't even have to go into low range. Just pulled it up the hill, put a rope in the back of this, and away we went. You know.
Now, I personally haven't seen a lot of Range Rovers in this specific colour combination. Why did you go for it?
We liked it. It's not something we'd seen before. The champagne's not great on its own, but with the black roof, it really sort of pops. You know.
Yeah, no, it suits this shape of Range Rover very well.
Yeah, it does.
Oh God, it is quite aggressive. I thought it would be a lot worse. No, I'm actually pleasantly surprised, genuinely.
Nah, it is. She can boogie with the best of them, but that's not what the car's about.
No, absolutely. It's for wafting, like you say.
Wafting, and they say it's as comfortable as a Bentley. I don't think so. Maybe with the 20-inch rims on it is, but the 22s I don't think it is. I find it a bit bumpy and jarry. But
so you already mentioned that the rear anti-roll bar has been giving you some issues. Any other issues you've had with the vehicle?
No, nothing at all, apart from the infotainment system when we first got it, and that hydraulic pipe to the rear anti-roll bar. That's it. The car, you just put tyres on it and service it.
Yeah.
You know, and of course they tell you the gearbox is sealed for life, which doesn't. Yeah, and I've had it serviced, but that's a major exercise actually. You know, topping it up and getting it up and running. You know, it's a day-long job almost up on the hoist.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah. And how many times do you service it? Or how many times have you serviced it in your ownership, I should say?
Oh, well, we try and do her, you know, every year and a half, but she just doesn't do the miles, you know. Like I actually put the Jag in the other day for some work, and I looked, but when I delivered it to the guy, thinking, you know, we'll just get the oil and filter changed. It was 1,000 miles since it was last done. You know, it's. You know,
yeah,
so,
no, I see.
You know, yeah, you can cost yourself a lot of money, and also, you know, these are the new type. I don't think they have a drain plug. You have to suck it out, and I don't have proper equipment for that.
Yeah.
So.
Do you do big trips with this?
Mainly just to the caravan and back, and that's Ballywalter, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's.
So you use this mostly for towing, sort of thing?
Well, I would have used it for towing, but I've got rid of the rally car now, so.
Okay.
You know, and it was bought for, you know, going to the caravan with the dogs in the back, so Morse could sit upright. And now we've got Max as well, and he's even taller. Yeah.
So what would be some of the quirks and features of the Land Rover?
Well, you know, you have the digital display, you have the rotary dial, which the previous model, the 322, didn't have, and they've now gone away from it, so they have. But I find it quite easy to use.
Yeah.
But you know, she's full leather, heated and cooled. You have electric front and back seats.
Oh.
You know, but it's typical. It's standard Vogue SE.
Yeah.
You know. She also has a heated front screen, obviously rear screen, but there's a winter setting, so as during recent icy periods we had, you can park the wipers up a little bit so they're sitting on the heated screen.
Yes.
And the defrost without damaging the wipers.
That's a very handy feature.
Yeah. But the price of Land Rover wipers, yeah, it's very handy. One last quirk is that it's a heated steering wheel, so it's lovely to get in on a cold morning, heated seats on, heated screens on, heated steering wheel, and away you go. Below 50 mile an hour, you can't get into top gear. I'm in 6th here.
Oh, are you?
I've got, you know, and you know, I'm doing 1100 RPM, 40 mile an hour. You know,
I'm
but
guessing if you go any higher, you'll just stall it.
well, no, she won't go. She won't let you do that. You know. Oh, she won't go up to you. I can try and put her up. She goes up to 7 and then comes back down to 6. She doesn't actually engage.
Yeah.
7.
And now she's down to 5.
Yeah, because I'm down to 30 mile an hour.
Now it's time to rate the car. So for Future Classic, we've given it a 5. For Daily, we've given it a 9. For Wallet Hurt, we've given it a 7. And for Fun, we've given it a 6. So the total comes to 27 out of 40, which is 67.5%. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow our vlog and podcast channel, link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I got it, Sean. I'm gonna get this. Just you watch.